All right. So before we can find out types of networks, we have to know what is a network first. So basically, a network is like multiple interconnected devices that has an IP address or can connect to Wi-Fi, such as a computer, phone, your Samsung smart refrigerator. They all require an infrastructure that can vary greatly depending on the size of the area that it covers. So, is it like local, where it's in a small area, or is it like from Japan to Korea or to America or something? Numbers of users connected, how many people are connected to this one network, basically large group, small group. Number of types of services available. So, what can you access through these networks? Google, uh, Bing, whatever. And area of responsibility. So, uh, like, what what's a good range for it to do? How much can it handle? Um, some networks that are commonly known: LAN, WAN, CAN, SAN, MAN, uh, WLAN, and VPN. Those are just some of them. There's more, but we're going to cover these today. So,
Two commonly most known networks, or the two most prominent networks, are LAN and WAN, or LAN and WAN, as we've stated before. Um, a LAN is essentially your computer, your phone, something that can connect to the internet, and a WAN could be essentially the internet. The internet can connect one device from all across the globe, all devices from all across the globe to each other. And your local area networks, they're just a single device or a service or essentially probably your provider just connecting to a WAN from the internet itself. Not much else to say here.
So the other types of networks are virtual private networks, also known as VPNs, wireless local area networks, also known as WLANs, and controller area networks, also known as CANs. So the first one on the list we have is a virtual private network. Basically, VPNs are primarily used in the event of like when you want to hide your IP, stay safe on the internet, or in certain businesses, it's utilized for specific operations. Um, Wireless local area networks are primarily utilized on cell phones when connecting to the internet. Also, it does not really require anything plugged in. So, like for a lot of devices, you need like a LAN cable before well, LAN was a thing. So now that wireless connections are possible, that's what gave birth to the wireless local area network. And then there's controller area network. Basically, it's used over a wide area, such as campuses, military camps, and other big areas, um, such as the Nutley School District. They each have Wi-Fi networks that are all connected to each other. So that could be a controller area network.
The next two are storage area networks and metropolitan area networks. A metropolitan area network is basically just the same thing as all the other networks, but even larger in area. It's actually the second largest, second only to the WAN, which can cross over countries. But metropolitan areas networks usually encompass an entire town or a city, and they're usually owned by just like a single entity or like a company, or more specifically a government building, and it's usually headed up there and then spread out throughout the entire rest of the city. A storage area network, or a SAN, is it's a network that is designed for file servers, and it's slightly different than the rest of the networks in that it is specifically built to move resources around throughout the common network itself, and it's usually connected to other networks in a single building, like for companies, like with LANs and sometimes CANs, the central area network.